Alright, let's jump into it. Sorry the videos are a little bit later today, guys. I was watching Rick Lewis stream and I was waiting for another video to finish decoding. I was doing a Gamers Caf video. If you haven't checked out my gaming channel, and if you like games, especially sci-fi, I'll put a link in the description and there'll be a link here somewhere. Go and check it out. I'm trying to get that up to over 1,000 subs, so I can get at least something from YouTube for pay-wise. But anyway, let's jump into it. Let's talk about Trump firing John Bolton, because this is a very, very sad day. This is a terrible news. Every time a bomb dropping deep state shill gets fired from the establishment, a single tear rolls down my side of my face. Right here. I literally cry a little bit. Just thinking that John Bolton, the deep state shill, can no longer blow the crap out of people with bombs so that he can make money for his friends in the Halliburton industries and whatnot. That to me is just absolutely terrifying. And in no way should it ever be memed. So, yeah, as you probably guessed, I'm joking. But yeah, Trump has fired John Bolton. That meme will never get old. President Donald Trump abruptly announced in a tweet on Tuesday that he has asked National Security Advisor John Bolton to resign, noting that he has strongly disagreed with many of Bolton's suggestions, as did others in the administration. That's probably because John Bolton is a warmonger who wants to make money for the deep state by dropping bombs and killing people in senseless wars. But regardless, I thank John very much for his service. I will be naming a new national security advisor next week, Trump wrote. The tweet just came hours after the White House press official said Bolton was scheduled to appear at Tuesday's press briefing alongside Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. Asked during the briefing whether he or Mnuchin was surprised that Bolton was fired, given that he was supposed to appear alongside them, Pompeo says, "I'm never surprised." Bolton, however, maintains he offered to leave his post voluntarily, tweeting minutes after Trump's announcement, "I offered to resign last night and President Trump said, let's talk about it tomorrow." Bolton reiterated the point that he was the offer who resigned on Fox News on Tuesday. To be honest, I don't really care if Bolton was the person that offered to resign, or if it was Trump who fired him. I care about the fact that Bolton is no longer, the deep state shill that is no longer in the administration, causing senseless wars on people. That's what I care about. I don't care if you were fired. I don't care if you decided to save face and resign before you got fired, or whatever it may have been. I don't care. I really don't care. All I care about is you're gone. And this meme again. As you can tell, I think this is a good thing. But yeah, the White House is already discussing potential candidates replacing Bolton. Several sources told CNN there are at least 10 names being circulated, and there does not appear to be a short list at this point. Look, at the end of the day, Bolton and Trump had a lot of falling out. And if you want a point or an example of this, you just simply have to remember a few months ago when Trump said about Bolton being a person that would drop bombs all over the world if he could. I think it was what he said. I'm paraphrasing a bit here. We'll play that clip for you now.
Do you feel like you were being pushed into military action against Iran by any of your advisors?
I have two groups of people. I have doves and I have hawks.
Yeah, you have some serious hawks.
I have some hawks. Yeah, John Bolton is absolutely a hawk. It's up to him. He'd take on the whole world at one time, okay? But that doesn't matter because I want both sides. You know, some people said, why did you put, I was against going into Iraq for years and years. And before it ever happened, I was against going into Iraq. And some people said, oh, I don't know. I was totally against. Now, as a private citizen, it never made sense to me. I was against going into the Middle East. Chuck, we've spent $7 trillion in the Middle East right now.
So even at that clip, you're sort of sitting there thinking, okay, then maybe there's a bit of a disagreement. Look, he's the National Security Advisor, okay? His job is to be a deep state shill. I'm not surprised Trump put a deep state shill in the National Security Advisor. The fact is that if you want a National Security Advisor, you need someone that is a warmonger. Because that is the advice that you will need to listen to if you ever do need to go to war, which is a warmonger's point of view. That said, you just spend most of the time ignoring him, which is what Trump does. So, yeah, like I say, really not upset about the fact that Bolton's gone. And in fact, it's actually quite telling about the people who are upset. Because, well, Ben Shapiro's not having a very good day. So this is Ben Shapiro's time, and this is terrible for the White House. Bolton was correct about the Taliban. State wasn't. Bolton has been a hawkish voice of the tough national security policy, and his ousters-like signals that Trump's approach will be significantly softer from this point forward. Why do you make that sound like it's a bad thing, Jen? Like, really, Ben? This is, you're saying in one hand he's been a hawkish voice for now tough national security policies. Trump's point is like to be significantly softer from this point forward. That makes it sound like you were supporting some hawkish voices in the government. I don't know. It really does kind of sound like you might be supporting someone there, Ben. Obviously, the replies to this are just gold. That one, I'm just going to put that on the screen and not say anything about that. CNN new hire. Mum said you guys have to find the game that's 3 players. I don't get that, but anyway. Someone responding. That's obviously what I've already used a couple of times. News, neocons mad. You assumed Anthony Bennett wouldn't appear in the comments. You were wrong. See Ben? Ben supports war. Support war. Ben support war. Yeah. Wrong. A lot of people are calling him out for this. They are, yeah, me included, to be honest. Let's see if I can find mine. No, I can't find my post. My post seems to have probably down the bottom somewhere. Like, it's just, it goes on. Shut the F up. Yeah. And people are just like, yeah, just memeing him. Oh, here it is here. This is a good one. Another good one. Ratioed. Yeah, well, let's have a look at that, shall we? So, he had 678 retweets, 3,306 likes, but he's had 3,006,000 responses. So, yeah. Well, he's not really ratioed, I suppose, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Look, at the end of the day, like I say, look, personally, I think this is a good thing. I'm really not upset about the fact that John Bolton is gone. In fact, happy crab dance. But yeah, at the end of the day, good riddance is all I got to say. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on Ben Shapiro sticking up for the pro-war team yet again? Is anybody surprised at this point? Because I've been telling people for months, for years even, not to trust this little rascal. I could use other words, but I've got to be PC friendly to get my monetization back. So rascal is what we'll call him, right? Yeah. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I'm not surprised Ben Shapiro is obviously sticking up for the pro-war team. Considering. All thoughts, considering. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. But yeah, good luck, John Bolton. I hope you burn well in hell, and I'm glad you're out of the White House. That's all I got to say. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section, because apparently that's the only way YouTube knows how to push videos, is if they're commented on. So, yeah, I don't know. Type, I don't know, whatever you want in the comments. I normally respond to them all anyway, so let's have a discussion. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. There should be 3 today, so keep an eye out for all 3. Apart from that, we'll talk to you soon.